Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Today we are going to be exploring and doing an experiment on fascia and self-massage. So I've got some tools handy. Hopefully you have these. If you don't, they are wonderful to have in your tools of being able to take care of your body and really just promoting overall health, fascia well-being, muscle suppleness and length, getting rid of trigger points, and just overall feeling better. So I've got a foam roller. You can have white, blue, there's a ton of different ones. There's some that have contours to them. There's just the flat ones. They're all based on density. So the more dense they are, the deeper they get, the more you have this love-hate relationship with it. So I always like to recommend starting softer, so either the white or the blue, and then progressing up to the big daddy of the black. Some nutty people even like to use PVC pipes. So whatever your fancy is, grab that if you've got it. Do not automatically go for the PVC pipe. You will not like me. And just really be kind, you guys. It's about being gentle and exploring and doing this experiment. We're going to see how we feel before and after. I've got a ball. I have a softball here. You can have a massage ball, therapy ball, tennis ball, lacrosse ball, anything you like. This I love because it's a great size. It's got a little forgiveness to it rather than a baseball, but not a whole lot. So getting into the fascia and getting into and getting rid of those trigger points in the fascia and the muscle, this is kind of my best friend. I love this guy, but the therapy balls are great too. They almost look like a handball or racquetball. But a little bit bigger and a little squishier. So they're a little bit nicer, but they're great to have in your tool shed as well, of all of the things that you can use to take care of your body. And then I have a yoga strap. You do not have to have a yoga strap. You can use a dog leash. You can use a tie. You can use a belt. You can use a shirt. So what it is we want it to have not a whole lot of give to it. So those resistance bands, not so great because they give. You want it to be just solid. Okay, so as you pull, it doesn't give. And the length wise, a dog leash is great, guys, because we want it to be able to go wide. Okay, all right, so those are the things we have. So in our experiment today, we are going to go through a few sun salutations without doing any massage. Then we're going to come back and we're going to do some fascia release and some self-massage, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do that same flow again and see how it feels. Hopefully a whole heck of a lot different. Okay, so this will be a full body, head to toe. We're not going to get super deep and do like multiples of each item, each body part, but we're going to get you head to toe. All right, so just starting in a cross-legged position. And if this is already challenging, guys, and the hips are like, whoa, okay, bear with me. All right, we're going to inhale and reach to the sky. Exhale and release that right hand down, left arm up and over. You guys are like, enough talking, let's get the show on the road. Inhale, reach to the sky, both arms come up. I agree. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up and over. Oh, reach. Inhale, both arms come up, reach to the sky. Exhale, rotate to the right. Little tap of your fingertips. Just hold that rotation. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Do you feel any resistance anywhere? If the answer is no, celebrate that. Inhale, reach to the sky. If you feel yes, take note. Exhale, rotate to the left, little tap of the fingertips. Keep that length in the spine, sit up nice and tall. Breathe. Inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, release those hands down by your sides. Still sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Roll the head to the right. Right ear over the right shoulder. Exhale it back to center, chin to chest. And roll it to the left. Left ear over the left shoulder. Exhale it back to center, chin to chest. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Let's come forward and up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width, core is nice and strong. Take a big breath into cow pose, tummy towards the mat, gaze and sit bones to the sky. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, lift your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. Let's come back to that neutral spine. Core is strong. Extend left arm and right leg. Lengthen and reach through the fingertips and through the toes. Lift out of that right shoulder. Breathe out a flex of that right foot. Press through your heel. We're working to keep those hips level, to keep those shoulders level, to reach as far as we can reach, creating one big horizontal line from fingertip to heel. Releasing that left hand down, crossing that right leg, toes to the outer edge or beyond of your mat, and turn and take your gaze back towards those right toes. So what are you feeling, guys? Anything? If you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I feel it all. Good. You're in the right place. If you don't feel much of anything, I'm a little jealous. Inhale, head back to neutral. Lift that right leg back and draw it back in. Left leg and right arm. Reach it out. Lengthen. Lift out of that left shoulder. Add a flex of that left foot. Press through your heel. Long line from fingertip to heel. Strong through that belly. Our spinal balance is all about balance. Keeping that core engaged, releasing that right hand down, crossing that left leg up and over. Toes just to that outer edge or beyond, and we turn and take our gaze. Oh yes, down back towards those big toes. Breathe. So depending on what you've been doing the last few days, you might notice there's some decent places that have some decent tension going on. I know I'm feeling it. Take your gaze back to center and then back to that neutral leg. Draw it in, sit it back to child's pose, extending it out. So one of the beautiful things of coming through this yoga sequence first, we get to see it all, feel it all, hopefully work out some of it. And then with that self-massage technique, it's going to be so great next time we come back through this. Hopefully, a whole lot less intense. Find your breath. Now, even though child's pose is intended as a resting place, is it for you or is it challenging? As you're ready, extend those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart, spread your fingers wide. We're going to lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky. Up to downward facing dog. Breathe. Adjust how you need to. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width. Let's inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And then as you exhale, let your heels gently sink. Let's inhale it to high plank. And exhale it back to down dog. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. We inhale it to high plank. And exhale it back to down dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels gently sink. We inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back knee down if you like, otherwise knee is off, and we circle those arms up and overhead to our crescent lunge. Our crescent lunge is fairly deep. Okay, so as that back knee were to come down, it's about in that same position as if you were to lift that knee off. So it's a big lunge. And we want that knee right over the ankle or at least behind your toes. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit, square those hips, keep them square and sink. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, sink. Circle the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat as you open the chest, gaze to the sky. Rotate your palms towards the sky, spread your fingers wide. Finish that circle, big inhale all the way up tall. Exhale, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Exhale and sweep that right leg back through. Back heel to the mat, windmill your arms up to warrior 2, hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Gaze out over your front middle finger. Inhale, straightening that front leg a little, and exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, sink. Circling that left arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. Can you find that right thigh? Hold on to it if you can find it. Front palm to the sky, reach forward as far as you can reach, and take it up and back. Reverse warrior, lengthening and reaching through those right fingertips. Turning and taking your gaze towards your back heel, a little tuck of your chin towards that left collarbone. Reverse warrior. And we inhale it back up to warrior 2. Straightening your front leg, opening hips, chest, and shoulders to the side. Reach it out over those right toes as far as you can reach. When you can't reach any further, right arm down, left arm high. Extend, lengthen, reach out of that left shoulder up to the tips of your fingers. Find your breath. As you exhale, slowly release that left hand down, placing your hand along the inside of your right foot. Adjust your feet if you need to. Rotate the body and extend. Right arm to the sky, reach it up. High as you can reach. Circling that right arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. Checking in, what you feel. Extending right arm to the sky and slowly release your hand down. One hand on either side of your foot, front knee bends, back heel comes off the floor. That back knee to the floor. Untuck those toes. And let's bring both hands to the inside of the foot. Working our way towards lizard pose, but first we're going to add some rotation here. As you take a big breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, rotate and let that right knee roll open to the outer edge of that right foot. Gaze out over that right shoulder, and then bring it back to center. As you exhale, once again, roll that knee open, roll to the outer edge of your foot, gaze off over that right shoulder, and back to center. One more time, exhale, roll it open. And back to center. Bring one hand on either side of your foot. Breathe and let's slowly sit it back. Lifting those right toes, squaring the hips, drawing your nose towards your knee. Just a beautiful long stretch down the back of that right leg. Inhale, coming forward once again. That low lunge, tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Flex your foot, bend your knee, and draw your heel toward your bottom. That feels good. Extending right leg once again, and let's sweep that right knee through. Foot to the inside, we come to pigeon. Sitting up nice and tall. Little rock side to side if you need to. Just checking in. Coming back to center and go ahead and walk your hands forward. Either extending those arms out or you can stack your hands and just relax the weight of your body down. How's that right hip feeling? IT band, knee. And let's slowly walk those hands back up, one hand on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Inhaling to high plank, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Allow those heels to sink, noticing that stretched on the backs of the legs. Allowing your head to be heavy, we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back knee to the mat if you like, otherwise knee is off. And we circle those arms overhead to our crescent lunge, softening through the shoulders. Breathe. Now again, that back knee can be down, untucking those toes, or that knee can be off, but we're in a low lunge. Circling the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat. Open, gaze to the sky. Rotating palms to the sky, spread your fingers wide. We finish that circle, big circle all the way overhead. Flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. And exhale, sweep that left foot back through. Back heel to the mat, windmill those arms up to warrior two. Relaxing those shoulders, lengthening and reaching through the fingertips. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And then exhale, sink. Sweeping that right arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. Can you find that left thigh? Hold on to it if you can find it. Front palm to the sky, reach it forward. And up and back. Reverse warrior. What do you feel? What's the intensity? How's your breath? And let's inhale it back up to warrior two. Straightening that front leg, opening hips, chest, and shoulders to the side. Reach it out over those toes. When you can't reach anymore, left arm down, right arm high. Reach it up as high as you can reach. Lengthen out of the shoulder to the tips of the fingers. Oh, big deep breaths. As you exhale, slowly release that right hand down. Placing your hand along the inside of that left foot. Adjust your feet if you need to. Rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky. Reach it up. Rotating through the torso. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Reaching out of the shoulder up to the tips of the fingers. As you exhale, slowly release that left hand down. One hand on either side of your foot. Front knee bends. Back heel comes off the mat to a runner's lunge. Let's bring that back knee to the mat and untuck those toes. We bring both hands to the inside of that left foot. So we're going to add that rotation, allowing that knee to roll open. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, rolling that left knee open, rolling to the outer edge of that left foot, turning and taking your gaze out over that left shoulder. And inhale it back to center, pulling that knee back in, sole of the foot to the earth. Exhale, roll it open, keeping that core strong. Inhale it back to center. One more time, exhale, roll it open. And bring it back to center. One hand on either side of your foot, and then slowly pressing those sit bones back, squaring your hips, left toes lift, draw your nose towards your knee. Slowly we transition that weight forward, bending that knee, hand on either side of your foot, tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, extend left leg to the sky. Go ahead and open up those hips. Add a flex of that left foot and a bend of that left knee. Draw your heel towards your bottom. Beautiful stretch down the back of that right leg, down the front of the left leg, through those shoulders, extending that left leg once again, and let's sweep that left knee through. Foot towards the inside. We come to pigeon pose. Love a little pigeon pose. And you can wrap those hips side to side if you like, or you can just stay steady. Just checking in. So we've got through the front of the hip flexor. We've got that left hip. We've got the lower back. How's the lower back feel here? Now come back to center and let's walk those hands forward. And again, you can extend those arms out, or you can stack your hands and just relax the weight of the upper body. So as we're here in our sleeping pigeon, how did that feel? How did all those stretches feel? Was it fairly challenging? Lots of resistance going on? Was it fairly easy and the body was flowing pretty flow, just without much effort? So if it was very challenging, I'm so glad you're here, regardless if it was easy or not. But when it's challenging, guys, your body needs this so bad. Trust me, I know, some days it's a hot mess. And let's walk those hands up. And those are okay. Those days are great because I have zero expectations and I'm just happy to be here. Tuck those toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. Honestly, I'm happy to be here every day. And gently release it down. Let's inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. All right, my friends, here comes the good stuff. Just take a moment. If you need a drink of water, grab one. If you want to just chill out in child's pose for a second, please feel free. If you need to hit pause and go grab whatever it is you need, your dog leash, your strap, your foam roller, some kind of a ball, whatever you need. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. So we're going to come up to a seated position. And first of all, we're going to sit cross-legged. If you are not comfortable sitting cross-legged, you sit however you need to. If you want to sit up on a bolster or a blanket or something to ease some of that tension in the hips, that's always a great thing to do. So we're going to take our dog leash, strap, whatever it is, and I want you to go wider than your shoulders. So this is a little experiment. So we're going to tap the knees, and then we're going to take it up and back. And how far can you go without straightening those or without bending those arms? So keeping those arms as straight as you can and then up and back. So this is called shoulder flossing, and it's getting that rotation. Now maybe this is as far as you go. I don't want you to have to kind of do this, get up and over. I want you to go as far back as you can go with those arms being straight. If that is a full circle, fabulous. If it's not, no worries. Okay, so we just want to get that really good stretch through the shoulders, through the chest. And I want you to notice if there are some limitations in the shoulders, one versus the other. Are they fairly even? We're going to do this about 6 times, so 2 more times. If you need to adjust and go a little bit wider, go a little bit wider. If you're like, man, this feels pretty good, and I want to see if I can go a little narrower, go a little narrower. Listen to your body. Okay, there should be 0 pain. Okay, this should be challenging, but no pain. Let's make this the last one. And up and back. Now lift it to the sky, and I want you to pull with that right arm and just let that left arm be pulled. Feeling that great stretch down that left side. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, pull with that left hand. Let that right arm just gently be pulled. Leaning in, stretching. Breathe, 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 breathe. And inhale it back up. Now let's bring those hands as close together, almost side by side. So an inch or 2, okay? And I want you to flex your wrists, and I want you to press the palms and your knuckles towards me as you hollow the tummy and chest. Just press it out. Now in that hollowness, I want you to turn the knuckles towards the ground. Breathe. Now once again, lift the knuckles towards the sky. And once again, turn those knuckles down towards the ground. And sit up nice and tall. Release the shoulders. Give those shoulders a good roll up and back. Isolate those shoulders, do one at a time. Go forward. Just checking it out. Good, good, good. All right, so getting into the neck. So we did the shoulders, we're gonna get the neck, then we're gonna get down into those legs and the glutes. All right, so with that neck, I want you to bring your hands down by your sides. So we don't have any tools here. We're just gonna use our body, and we're gonna have this really nice stretch and then add some movement to it. So I want you to lean your head to the right as far as it'll go, just noticing tension, tightness. If there isn't any, awesome. Just kind of let gravity take a hold. Now we're going to slowly slide that left arm out. Fingertips stay connected to the mat. Oh, you feel that? Now, if you like, turn your chin towards that right collarbone. Go slow. And slowly pull that hand back in. Keep that chin towards the collarbone. Once again, slide it out. And we turn the ear back towards the shoulder. Face turns towards the front. Releasing that hand back in. And lift your head. And as you exhale, lean your head to the left. Breathe. Still sitting up nice and tall. We slide those right fingertips out. Fingertips stay connected to the mat, just as far as you can reach. Feeling that stretch through the shoulder, all the way down that arm. Now, if you're not, that's okay. That just means that I have more attention than you do. Breathe. And gently turning the chin towards the collarbone. Is it even? Or is it different on this side? It's different on this side for me. Gently pulling the hand back in. And as you exhale, scoop those fingertips back out. Just slide them along the mat. With those fingertips staying out, once again, turn your face forward, ear over the shoulder. And gently pull the hand back in. Lifting the head back to neutral. Bring the hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, and just a gentle pull down. Let those arms be heavy, hands heavy. Inhale, head up nice and tall, elbows wide. And as you exhale, lean your head back into your hands. Open the chest. Just let that head be heavy into those hands. Inhale, head up nice and tall. One more time. Close the elbows around the ears. Chin down towards the chest. Inhale, head up nice and tall, elbows wide. Release your hands. All right, my friends, let's grab the foam roller. All right, so on our foam roller, we're going to sit on it. Okay, so give yourself some space. Make sure nothing's in the way. So as we sit on our foam roller, we're going to get into those glutes. So I want you to cross that right leg up and over the left knee. And we're going to bring the right hand behind us, and we're going to roll to that right hip. Okay, so my left hand is just here for support. If you need it behind you, it's not optimal, but if you need it, take it. You're just going to be a little squarer, and we really want to roll over to that right side as best we can. So I just like to rest my hand here, and we're just going to rock front to back. Now this motion is maybe 3 or 4 inches. It's not huge. Find your breath. Stay strong through that core. And just rock forward and back. Now, if you find a spot where you're like, oh my goodness, stay there and rock side to side. So you're just going to move that knee front and back. So as we rock those hips on that trigger point, that little sucker might move. So we're going to come back and we're going to roll front to back. Did it go away, or did it move? Or is it still there? So really, we're just trying to do our best. We're not going to overdo, okay? So this doesn't mean spending half an hour on your foam roller here trying to get rid of that trigger point, because that's just going to irritate it more. We want to spend 10, maybe 8 to 10 passes on these guys. So that's it. Release that right foot. Sit back up nice and tall. Shift your weight to that left hand. We cross that left foot up and over that right knee, and we're going to roll to the left, and we're going to rock front to back. Again, right hand is just resting on the ankle. 8 to 10 passes-ish. If you find something, stay there and rock. Rock those hips side to side. Now, if you decide that your foam roller is a little more dense than you're ready for, it's okay, my friends. You can actually do this sitting on the ground and just have your bum kind of getting that deeper pressure on that left side. And again, let's do that front to back. Did it move? Did it disappear? Or is it still there? So even if we can let go of 10%, you guys, just letting it go a little bit. So what's happening is that fascia gets kind of knotted up, gets dehydrated, gets irritated, and it kind of gets stuck on itself. So we want to give it a little permission and a little guidance to help it flow once again. So it should flow just nice and easily, gracefully against each other and not knot up on itself. So let's come back to center. So what I mean by that is it can kind of grab and entangle. It should slide. So that's what we're promoting, is just that beautiful glide, okay? So now we're just gonna sit nice and tall. You're gonna open up your feet a little bit. This takes grace. We'll see if I have any today. Extending those legs, and we're gonna bring the hands forward, and we're gonna roll back, getting those hamstrings a little bit. So just rolling back as far as you feel comfortable, and then coming back to center, back to those glutes, and press it back. And I say comfortable. Comfortable is relative, right? So we're getting that hamstring stretch as we're coming forward, but we're also putting some pressure on those hamstrings, and then using those hands to pull back through. So you kind of have to lift the weight off of your heels a little bit. If you're on a hardwood floor or tile, you can put towels underneath your feet and move your mat. That'll help them slide a little bit better. Let's do that again. This is a nice little workout for the shoulders and that upper back too. Nice little workout for the core. One more pass. Good. All right, so safely coming off of the foam roller, and we're gonna work our way down to our calves. This is always fun for me. So if you have super, super, super tight calves, you're just gonna keep your legs side by side. If you can stand it, cross your leg up and over, and you're gonna lift your bum, and you're gonna slide forward and back. So again, a nice little workout for your shoulders, nice little workout for your core. And I'm just going right along the muscle fibers. So just going straight up and down. You wanna add a little bit more, flex your foot. So do I find something? Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna rock side to side. So I'm just gonna rock those hips. Breathe. And then I'm going to pass right along the muscle fibers. So as we rock, that's called cross fibering. Okay, so going across the fibers of the muscle rather than going down the length of the muscle, if that makes sense. All right, let's cross the other leg. Up and back. And if you need a break, those shoulders get tired, just come down onto your bum for a minute. There's also this great partner fascia release where somebody would be sitting down towards your feet. I'll tell you that one in just a second. So if you find one, I got one right here, and I'm going to rock side to side. Oh, hello. I didn't have it on the other side. Breathe. Oh my goodness. So if you feel that ropiness, kind of your like a giant shipping rope, an anchor rope, yeah. Oh, that's what it feels like for me right now. Breathe. Hopefully you don't have that sensation. Hopefully it's just gliding pretty easily. So if you have a partner, a friend, a spouse, we're going to take this foam roller down, and you're going to start down by the ankles. They're going to rest their hands on your legs. You're just going to sit. And I like to sit against a wall just so that I stay propped up nice and tall. They're going to take their hands and they're going to press into your legs. You can kind of do this on your own, and you're just going to kind of wiggle those feet. I'm rolling side to side. And you can decide how much pressure. So you can let them know if it's too much or if you want more, and then slide it up. Again, press and roll. It just works better because you're sitting up taller and you can just focus on breathing. But you can absolutely do this on your own, as we are right now. And then move it up. So each time we move up 2 or 3 inches, and you'll find a space where typically you'll feel a lot more tension than like in the belly of your calf. That doesn't generally get it. Sometimes it's just kind of about 2/3 of the way down that calf. But everybody's different, right? And whenever we do different activities, hopefully we're activating different parts of the muscle. Good, one more time. So just below those knees. Kind of let those knees be soft. And you can put as much pressure as you like. You want to create a little bit of space so you're not knocking your toes all the time, right? How we doing? Good? I hope so. Because the next stop is the IT band. Haha, right along the outside of your thigh. This is always a doozy. All right, let's sit up nice and tall. So here we go. So all we're going to do here is we're going to lift and we're going to roll to one side. So here you can have the top leg in front of you. You're going to have your hand below your shoulder and you're going to come forward. We don't want to be right on the hip. Okay, so we never want to get right on the head of the bone, and we don't want to transfer all the way down to our knee. So you're going to stop just above your knee and just below your hip. Okay, so coming down, I like to give myself a little bit of space because you're going to be pulling and pushing. Okay, so the left foot, in this case for me, my top leg, is going to be my guide. So my left foot is going to push and I'm going to pull with that right hand. And I'm going to go right along the muscle fibers. So I'm lifting that right leg and I'm rolling, stopping before my knee, stopping before my hip. So if you need to adjust, adjust. So we can put as much weight on that left foot as we need to manage the weight we're putting on the foam roller. Okay, so if you're really tight through those IT bands, guys, it's like you're putting 20% of your body weight onto that foam roller as you go. And the same principles apply. You notice that the left leg is extending as I'm pushing and pulling. Okay, so we're just going right along the muscle fiber. So if this feels pretty good and you're like, I'm not feeling a whole lot, you can actually stack your feet. So this is no support and added weight. So it's getting pushed into that foam roller even deeper. So it's that deeper massage. Now I'm going to start rolling my hip towards the front. So that left hip is coming down and I'm going to get towards the front of my leg. Now I'm going to roll back and I'm going to get that IT band again. I'm going to roll forward and I'm going to roll back. So hopefully this is a hurt so good, you guys. This is the one that I need so bad, that most people need. Good, we're going to do 2 more passes. And last one. And we're going to do the other side. So however you need, transitioning to the other side and sliding that foam roller underneath you. Okay, so now that right foot, you can come down onto your forearm or you can remain up. It's whatever feels the best to you. Okay, so we're going to slide forward and back. Forward and back. So that feels pretty good, hopefully. If you like, stack. How's that? If you're like, no way, bring that foot back. Okay, so we're going to rock forward and rock back. So we get a little bit of that cross fibering and a lot of that muscle striation right down the muscle fibers. So how's this side versus the other side? Pretty good or pretty challenging? Awesome. Beautiful. Now just roll forward. So roll over onto your tummy. We're on our hands or our forearms. I like to be on my forearms so that I'm not putting too much arch in my back. And we're going to open up our feet just a little bit wider. And we're going to pull army crawl forward and then push it back. So again, we're stopping before the hips and we're stopping above the knees. Breathe. And we're just doing that muscle fiber. Now I want you to bend your knees a little bit, flex your feet, and rock your hips as you roll forward and back. Keeping that core strong. Nice. So it's a little bit wonky, feels a little funny, but we're cross fibering. And what do you feel? Do you feel any of those little knots? I'm getting everyone occasionally. Not too bad, which is good. Always good. Some days, guys, foam rolling can seriously make you sweat more than some of the workouts that we do. It's just your body really working to let go. Nice. And let's roll it back. Come onto those knees. And let's set that foam roller off. And actually, nope, we forgot. We got to do shoulders. Okay, so if you don't have a foam roller, we did that shoulder flossing. I want you to keep this guy handy or grab a ball. Okay, if you don't have a ball or a foam roller, It's all right. We're going to bring the hands around behind and you're going to lift, okay? And then you're just going to do little pulls, kind of side to side. It's not a big movement, just moving side to side, okay? If you do have a foam roller, we're going to set that guy down. We're going to do it lengthwise, okay? Coming down onto your tummy, move it this way so you can see. Come down onto the tummy. And we're going to let that shoulder kind of rest right in the armpit, if you will. And then find a place, if you need to rest your head, you can rest your head if you're okay with it up. Just kind of look forward, almost like we're doing a cobra pose, okay? And I want you to lift your fingertips and then lower the fingertips. So we're just getting through the front of that shoulder. Lift the fingertips and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now extend and bend. Extend. So I'm putting a fair amount of weight into that right shoulder for me. And bend. Extend one more time. And bend. And relax it. Now I just want you to relax. Let it kind of pull your shoulder up as the torso comes down. Just relax. And let's go ahead and come back up. And we're going to switch to the other side. So you can just roll it underneath. I'm going to switch so that I can stay, so that you can see. So again, I'm laying on the side of the foam roller, and I'm going to take my arm and place the foam roller right into my armpit, bending the elbow. And again, I'm just resting. I'm kind of looking out, almost like I'm in a cobra pose, supporting with the opposite arm. So I want you to lift your fingertips towards the sky, pressing a fair amount of weight into that left shoulder. Lift and bring it back down. Lift and bring it back down. Do you have more range on one side or the other? Probably. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Now I want you to lift and then extend and bend. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. One more time. Extend and bend, and just relax your arm. Relax the weight of the upper body. Let yourself lay down. So it's kind of lifting that shoulder up as you relax. And let's lift. And we are going to go ahead and set this little guy off and out of the way. And we're going to come back to our tabletop. So we're going to do that progression that we did, hopefully feeling a significant change. Core is strong. Take a big breath in. Cow pose. As you exhale, hollow the tummy and chest. Lift your spine. Cat. Let's do that again. Inhale, cow, and exhale to cat. Back to our neutral spine, core is strong. Extend left arm and right leg. Breathe. Add a flex of that right foot, lift out of that right shoulder. Releasing that left hand down, crossing that right leg up and over, toes just touching. And we turn and take our gaze back towards that right foot. Hopefully intensity's gone down, range of motion has improved, breath a little bit easier. Head comes back to center. We lift that right leg back to center and release it down. Left leg, right arm, reach it out, spinal balance, lifting out of that left shoulder, add a flex of that left foot. Breathe, stability, strength. Releasing that right hand, crossing that left leg, toes touching the earth. We turn and take our gaze back towards that left foot. Breathe. So 2 added bonuses, right? Our self massage, and we've been here once before. We take our gaze back to center and come back. Left leg long and draw it in. Let's sit it back to child's pose. Extend those arms out nice and long, hips back towards your heels, forehead towards the mat. Breathe. As you're ready, extend those arms out long, hands shoulder width apart, spread your fingers wide. We lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky. Up to down dog. Noticing how our down dog feels. Heels sinking. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back knee down if you like, knee off if you wish. Arms circle overhead to our crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. And exhale, sink. One more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Circle the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat as you open your gaze to the sky. Rotate palms to the sky, spread those fingers wide. Finish your circle, big inhale all the way up and overhead. Flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. As you exhale, sweep that right leg back through. Back heel to the mat, windmill those arms up. To warrior two, hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Gaze out over your front middle finger. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And exhale, sink, circling that left arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back. Can you find that right thigh? Hold on to it if you can find it. Front palm to the sky, reach forward and take it back. Reverse warrior, lengthening and reaching through those right fingertips. Find that breath. And let's inhale it back up to warrior two. Straightening your front leg, opening hips, chest, and shoulders to the side. Reach it out over those right toes, far as you can reach. When you can't reach anymore, right arm down, left arm high, reach it up. What are the sensations? As you exhale, releasing that left hand down, placing your hand along the inside of your right foot. Adjust if you need to, rotate your body. Right arm to the sky, reach it up. Find your breath. Lengthen through the crown of the head, reach out of the shoulder. As you exhale, release that right hand down. One hand on either side of your foot, front knee bends, back heel comes off the mat. Runner's lunge. And let's bring that back knee down. Untuck those toes, shift your hands to the inside. Big breath in, and as you exhale, that right knee rolls open as you turn and take your gaze out over that right shoulder. Inhale it back to center, sole of the foot back to the earth, and exhale, roll it open. Inhale it back to center. One more time, exhale, roll it open. And inhale it back to center. One hand on either side of your foot, square those hips, and slowly begin to press those sit bones back as you lift those right toes, keeping those hips side by side, nose towards your knee. And slowly transition that weight forward, bending that right knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Add a flex of your foot, a bend of that right knee, and draw your heel toward your bottom. Breathe. Once again, extending that right leg, and let's sweep that knee through. Foot to the inside. We come to Pigeon Pose. Checking in. Hopefully we feel a significant difference in the ease of this pose, the range of motion in this pose, and the ease of the breath. Let's go ahead and walk those hands forward, either stacking the hands or extending those arms. Just let your upper body be heavy, sinking into that sleeping pigeon. And let's slowly walk it back up. One hand on either side of the knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Grabbing a drink or inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Shifting your weight to your right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back knee down if you like, otherwise knee is off. We circle those arms overhead to our crescent lunge. Inhale, straightening that front leg a little bit. And exhale, sink. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Arms circle forward. Back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat. Open that chest. Rotate your palms towards the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. Flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot back through. Back heel to the mat. Windmill those arms up to warrior two. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Breathe. Circling that right arm around behind your back. Forearm along the small of the back. Can you find that left thigh? Front palm to the sky. Reach forward as far as you can reach. And then take it up and back. Reverse warrior. And inhaling it back up to warrior two. Straightening that front leg. Opening hips, chest, and shoulders to the side. Reach it out over those left toes as far as you can reach. When you can't reach anymore, left arm down, right arm high. Triangle. Beautiful long stretch down that right side, lengthening and reaching through the fingertips. As you exhale, slowly release that right hand down. Place your hand along the inside of that left foot. Rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky. Reach it up to the length through the crown of the head, the length from fingertip to fingertip. As you exhale, releasing that left hand down, one hand on either side of the foot, front knee bends, back heel comes off the mat. Let's bring that back knee to the mat and untuck those toes, both hands to the inside of your foot. As you exhale, let that left knee roll open, outer edge of that left foot as we turn and take our gaze out over that left shoulder. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, roll it open. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale back to center. And exhale, roll it open. And inhale it back to center. One hand on either side of your foot. Square those hips. Slowly press your sit bones back as you lift those left toes. Nose towards your knee. Inhale, slowly transitioning that weight forward, bending that left knee, hands on either side of your foot. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. Open up those hips, add a flex of that left foot and a bend of that left knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. Once again, extending that left leg, and let's sweep that left knee through, foot to the inside for Pigeon Pose. Checking in with our pigeon. How we doing with that pigeon? Close your eyes. Whenever you're ready, you can come on down to sleeping pigeon. Take your time. And as you're ready, walk your hands back up. One hand on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Inhaling to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. Beautiful child's pose. Checking in. We bend the elbows, bringing the palms of the hands to touch, heels of the hands just resting at the back of the head. I want to thank you for joining me today. Hopefully this experiment went well. And through the self-massage, the fascia release, you felt the difference between the first sequence and the second. I hope that you have an amazing day. Go ahead and extend those arms. Just relax the palms to the mat. And let's slowly walk our hands up, coming up to a seated position once again. Sitting up nice and tall, resting the hands comfortably. If you like, turn your palms to the sky, index finger to thumb, or whatever feels good to you. Close your eyes and just breathe. It is always an honor and a privilege to be here for you guys. I appreciate you so very much. I hope that this was a great class for you, and I hope that there is a sense of peace and well-being that travels with you throughout your day. Let's gently open those eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky, and exhale, pull the hands to heart center. I appreciate you. I honor you. I look forward to the next time always. Until then, my friends, the light in me honors the light in you, which means namaste.